and 4. The battle is on. It's going to be too close to call side by side. Long Joe gets it. Oh, we got contact. We got flips. We got big wrecks here going back to the front because we're racing back to the line.
William Page with the victory.
Looking for second here.
Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's going to use that apron.
He's going to use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. Tom Musa gets it.
Tom Musa, where did he come from?
Boyer trying to close the gap. He's going to get to the bumper. Oh, just barely did not make it. And coming off of turn 4, Jeff Stekenis is going to win it at Dover.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the Full Circle Racing Designs Fast Renegade Cup Series Preseason Thunder Preseason race here from the Under Armour Super Speedway. As always, Joe Twansky alongside me tonight, the one and only Mr. Tommy Bordeaux.
Good afternoon, everybody.
And Mr. Joseph Weaver.
How's it going, everybody?
We are so happy to be bringing you coverage of tonight's event with the new NASCAR NextGen mod by Full Circle Racing Designs. Opening practice just coming up to its conclusion. We'll have qualifying shortly thereafter, and guys, it is going to be a fun night. 54 laps around this unique super speedway.
Yeah, that's right, Joe. This is not quite like other super speedways you might have seen before in NASCAR. This one, unlike Talladega or Daytona, not a trioval. Instead, more akin to your normal, maybe Homestead shape, just with more banking, longer, wider, and the draft playing a big factor here.
And Weaver, a bunch of guys that might not be too familiar with each other on the track. What challenges does that pose to these drivers?
It's going to be a big, big field, Joe. One of the biggest we've ever seen, especially on a track like this. Is very tight. You're going to have to mind your P's and Q's, work together, but be safe and careful. You know, we all got these brand new cars. You don't want to mess them up here in preseason testing.
Don't want to mess up the cars in preseason testing. We're experiencing some frame rate issues right now with the streaming software, so please stick with us. When these guys go to qualifying, we'll make sure to get those things fixed because it'll give us a chance to kind of go off your airways for a couple seconds, but we wanted to make sure we were going live with you when we said right at the top of the hour at 9 p.m. Again, this is our coverage of the Preseason Thunder race here with the Fast Renegade Cup Series, as well as, you know, one of your first official looks at a close to complete build of the NextGen mod by Full Circle Racing Designs. And guys, I mean, for the fans at home that maybe, you know, they're seeing it through a television, their computer screen, whatever it may be, what's the big thing that sticks out for you on the mod?
Well, I'd say for me, just the way that all the models look just like the real thing. I mean, you know, it's hard work modeling things and putting them into the game here in NR2003, but to get it as close as they can to real life, I'll tell you what, fellas, it's really cool to have this representation of a brand new mod in the game, just that looks just like real life. I think this is going to serve a lot of people a lot of good over the next coming years, and I'm very thankful that Full Circle Racing Designs has headed up this massive task, and where the results are looking good.
Yeah, kind of to expand on that a little bit from what Tommy said there, I think they did a really good job getting a lot of the little intricacies worked out in this mod. As we've seen with the real life cars, they have incorporated the diffuser here in the mod. They got the vents on the hood. They even got the cutouts on the windows in the back. I noticed it did a really, really good job of nailing it to what it looks like in real life. And it's amazing seeing the work put in and the effort put into, you know, this. It is an aging game, but with the community around it still has a good life in it.
Well, we're going to step away for a moment, see if we can't get these little technical issues that we're experiencing figured out before the start of the race. Stick right with us. And we're back on JTN. Again, apologies, folks, for the issues. It looks like we're just going to have to deal with them tonight. Again, apologies for that. Hopefully, stick with us. We're going to have some more information about the mod, of course, coming out. We're going to talk with Thomas Philbrick, project leader at Full Circle and owner, creator of Full Circle Racing Designs. At the end of the show, we'll also, of course, as we always do here on JTN, talk with our top 3 finishers at night's end. So stick with us. Be patient. We appreciate that so much because, again, we're just dealing with some little technical gaffes here to start the night. And, guys, that's why we say things aren't complete yet, right? We're always dealing with some of those little issues here and there.
Yeah, absolutely. Ongoing project over here, but tonight we're going to get a good showcase of how close this mod is to completion. It's coming, folks. I know you've been patient for a while, and well, here's another teaser for you, if you will. Huge field tonight, though. You talked about it a little bit at the start, but it cannot be understated, really. The huge amount of cars in this race tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've heard a little bit on the real side of things where NASCAR might have had a little complications getting their cars sent out to people. I can tell you we didn't have that problem here tonight. This is an incredible field. I can't wait to see them racing around this very tight super speedway.
I see a lot of folks already asking when the mod will be out in chat. You're going to have to just stick around through the end of this broadcast to find that out for sure. I think we might be able to get that announcement for you at some point before the night is over. Qualifying coming to an end. Tommy Weaver, I don't know. I heard you guys were playing rock, paper, scissors to decide who would be reading off tonight's starting lineup. So once those results come in, why don't one of you take us through tonight's starting lineup here from Under Armour Super Speedway.
All right, Joe. Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a 38 or so car field here tonight. Weaver, I'll take the top 20, and we'll go from there. So on pole for tonight's race, it's the 88 of Joshua Moyers, and to his outside, the 00, that's Michael Collins. To his outside, Oscar Ramos Jr., and the number 19 of Billy Ryan make up row number 2. Randall Coleman in that number 9 Hooters machine. He rolls off in P5 to his outside. P.Y. Lucas in the 47. Bill Murnahan and Ricky Collette make up row number 4. Ricky Collette, you've seen him on JTN before. He's going to round out row number 4 there. Nathan Chiani and Ken Squires will go ahead and round out your top 10 qualifiers. Sean Whitehill and Darren Ingram, a pair of USORL drivers, will start 11th and 12th. Noah Sweet and Thomas Philbrick, a couple of mod team fellas over there in 13th and 14th. John Foreman and Super Speedway ace Michael Murata rolls off 15th and 16th, respectively. Number 29 car of Daniel Cardozo lining up alongside the 86 of Jim Black, with Cody Luke and Irvin Vargas rounding out your top 20 starters.
All right. Rounding up the back here, starting with 21st, we got the number 7 of Nate Fletcher, followed by Ryan Adema in 22. That'll be, they're
row
in a
11.
row together. They're row 11. They're in a row together. I know that much. Then we got Ryan Lusk in the 338, starting 23rd. And we got Alex Jarvie in the 58. Rolling out 25th. Alright, here my list got a little jumbled up there. We got James Moore starting 26th, followed by Ken Hughes starting 27th. Got Zach Krastowski in the 48, rolling off in the 29th position. Keith Patton starting 30th. Allie Rain will be starting in the 31st position, driving the number 43 car. Followed by Mike Mangrum, sorry about that, in the 330, starting 33rd. Starting 34th will be Seth Cole, followed by Will Lowe in the 327. Bill Murnahan will be starting 36, followed by Tyler Mallon rounding out the field. All right, boys, we got a lot of people down there that
We got a lot of folks here,
Yeah,
and
it's a
couple
long,
doubles.
long list.
It's a long list, but I'll tell you what, anything can happen. Super speedways, guys, doesn't really matter where you start. It's about where you finish.
I have a feeling we're going to be calling car numbers a lot more often than we normally do tonight, too, with all the fresh faces here on JTN. Know you got your favorites in chat. Make sure you let us know who you think's going to win tonight's race. We'll also get a poll going probably about 20 or so laps in for you, the fans at home, to collectively pick who you think will win the race. So start shouting those names out. Maybe we'll add them to that poll later on. There's Noah Sweet in that 77. Always sweet-looking cars. I'm sure he's heard that before from Lefty Designs. That was a good transition. And I know you guys are quiet because you're just in shock and awe. We keep going around because I know you folks at home also want to see as much of the mod as you can. Here's that number 1 Chevrolet based off of Ross Chastain's Team Trackhouse test paint. Driven tonight by Irvin Vargas. Tommy Weaver, it's going to be a fun night. We talked about it, 54 laps. It's a 2-mile track, so we're looking at 108 miles here tonight. Not a long time.
Got to get it done quick, and it's a super speedway, sure, but like Weaver said, a little bit tighter than usual. Gonna have to have friends here to be successful. Numbers on the lines are gonna help you. Whether it's the bottom, the top, or the middle, you're gonna need help if you want to make any moves around here. I know a couple of these guys know each other from the past, so there's gonna probably be some working together, even with different manufacturers out there. I wouldn't be too surprised if I saw some of that tonight.
Yeah, we got a good mix of manufacturers. A lot of people. Some people might not be used to racing around each other. I think we got a good representative for just about every league that I know of. So it's going to be interesting to see how people work together and make their alliances through this very short, I'd call it a sprint of a race.
It's a shootout, right?
It's a good word to use too. A sprint, shootout, whatever you want to call it. It's a very short race. Only going to have to pit at least one time for fuel, but I don't know. You might even be able to stretch it if you really wanted to save a lot of fuel.
Yeah, if we get some cautions and these guys can clutch and coast a little bit, that might be a possibility. But it should just come down to pure racing and, well, if you can, avoiding the chaos. I'm certain at some point we're going to see some wrecks tonight. We can check out that new damage model on this mod firsthand for everybody at home.
Getting some questions in chat. I know one that's going to be popular throughout the night is to take a look at the interior, so we'll go on board. This is what it looks like behind the wheel. Of course, now we're going to go to race. We'll get you all those shots, all those goodies that you want to see throughout the night. Folks, just, again, bear with us. It's preseason, right? It's still preseason. We're still testing some things out here on JTN as well. Field lining up on the front straightaway for the parade lap, the formation lap, to get us ready to go racing here from the Under Armour Super Speedway. 54 laps, 38 cars. Couldn't ask for a better 2 partners up here in the broadcast booth tonight. Again, as well, make sure you check out all the links down in the video description below. We got all the people, all the folks that have put so much work into making this mod a reality. Have all their Twitter pages or social pages, whatever it may be, linked down in that video description below. I know a lot of you probably already follow them, but if you haven't already, make sure you go do that as well.
Well, the starting command has been given, and the cars are rolling off the grid here. That Pontiac pace car
Looks
leading
like
the
the
way.
19. Oh, there you go. He might have had a little trouble firing off there, but he's going now.
Well, it's a new car, right? New surroundings. It's sometimes a little difficult to find your bearings.
So Joshua Moyers in that John Andretti throwback. That was a Pontiac in the Busch Series in 2004, if you can believe it. Hopefully a better fate awaits that car than it did in real life heading into the inside of the back wall. But here the cars come off turn number 4, Joe.
Field makes their way off of turn number 4, gets ready to get the year off the ground. We get ready to launch into the next gen era. Green flag, we're underway here from Under Armour Super Speedway.
Looks like everybody fires off without a hitch. Oh, we got a couple cars slow on the front stretch, and we're going to be piling up back there.
1, 2 cars around, 43, 338. Field still up at speed. Green flag conditions still underway.
Moyers on the outside line. That's Randall Coleman behind them. Those two go way back. So, like I said, it helps to have some friends out there. Well, there's a pair of them up top on the high lane. On the bottom, Oscar Ramos Jr. in the Great Clips Dodge Charger leads the bottom. Right behind him, the 01 of Nathan Chiani.
There's a fan favorite right there. Chiani in that 01 Ron Fellows-inspired race car. Like you said, though, Josh Moyer is still out in front in that 88.
How about that number 77, Noah Sweet there, 4th on the inside lane, doing a good job right now in that 77 Cobra. Nice looking machine out there tonight. Saw that on Twitter. And now getting to see it on the racetrack itself. Pretty cool.
Staying 2x2 all the way to about the 15th position. These guys are really racing it out here early.
I know, this track, it's not a well-known one out there in the NR2003 landscape, but us three, we've all run our fair share of events here. Why is this track so challenging? Because we're seeing two wide race, and that usually tells me that these guys don't feel too confident getting really, really racy around this place.
Well, it's going to be awfully tough to even make it around the corner. It's really not quite like your Talladega or Daytona where you have really long, sweeping corners. They're a lot tighter here. As you see, Sean Whitehill making a move to the inside. He's going to use that advantage of entering that corner smartly to kind of get underneath Ramos right there and try and take the lead away. He's got Darren Ingram and Michael Murata behind him, pair of teammates. But Joe, like to your point, and Weaver, you've raced here too, you can attest to this, not necessarily flat out on that bottom lane. You got to lift a little bit on entry, especially on old tires.
Oh, absolutely. The car is very easy to upset in these corners. You're going to want to, blip the throttle a little bit at times to get it settled and make sure you're making that corner, holding your lane and not washing up and getting anybody up above you, especially if they're going to, I'd imagine the top lane might start pinching a little later in this race when we get down to crunch time.
The best comparison might be a comparison that we can't just make yet with this track and the new reconfigured Atlanta Motor Speedway. A lot of banking, but still kind of narrow, sharper corners. You don't have that large radius like you do at Daytona and Talladega, which makes that lifting sensation, especially if you're on the bottom of curve for these drivers. But right now it's that 38 car out in the lead with a strong push from the 91 of Sean Whitehill.
Bottom line's rolling pretty well. That's what I figured would be the dominant line, but you can't hit that apron right there. Ramos touched it. You can see those diagonal yellow lines, and now a lot of shuffling going on behind him as a result. Maybe a little bit of checking up going on, which can always lead to issues if you're not too careful.
It's always good to get a checkup at a doctor's office, never good to check up behind the wheel of a race car.
No, Weaver and I know firsthand about that one.
Something that happens quite often on these super speedways with people, you get drafted. If you're not that lead car, you're really off throttle quite a lot at super speedways if you're not leading a line, and it'll accordion back and it'll get bigger. Sometimes it won't, but sometimes it'll get really big, and you'll see the cars in the back will have to make evasive moves, or they might even just flat run somebody over.
Whitehill up top now, leading that lane with Chiani behind him, followed by Noah Sweet. Now, like I was saying, I think that bottom line's probably the preferred groove here, at least early on into a run, but later as those tires wear, and they will on long green flag runs, and we talk about that having to lift into the corners to prevent the car from sliding up, there could be that advantage to the high lane as long as that bottom lane doesn't accidentally slide up into them, because that is all too possible. It's happened many times here before. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw it again.
like the 55 there had a little trouble holding the bottom in that corner. He's going to get stuck in the middle, 3 wide here. Nobody's going to let him in, top or bottom, just yet. He's in spot to lose a lot of positions.
A lot of folks waving out the window at Mikey there in that 55. He finds a hole behind Randall Coleman in the 9.
Here comes Philbrick to the inside of Ingram now. Ingram in the middle in that Andy Houston 96. So a lot of problems for that bottom lane. They haven't been organized within a lap or so. And so now Sean Whitehill up there in that Menards Ford leading the way, but just barely, despite that organization they've had up top. Just about a car length lead for that outside line.
Oh, big moment there from Philbrick in the 23. A lot of puckering in the middle of that field where it's still 3 wide. We talked about it. Not a great situation here. There's contact.
Oh, no.
Everybody hanging on for now. Michael Morata all the way down to the inside wall. Watch out. Trying to come back onto the racetrack here.
Going to rejoin without any problems there. Loses a ton of spots. A lot of time on the racetrack.
And now this field towards the back really spread out. They're going to have to get organized quickly if they want to catch back up to the leaders.
And if you're those guys up front, Sean Whitehill, Noah Sweet, and the 88 of Joshua Moyers, you're feeling pretty good right now, right, guys? I mean, you're up front. We're getting single file out there. You don't have to worry about someone battling to your inside.
Well, in a race this big with this many cars and with the track layout the way it is, that's the 43 Valley Rain going a lap down there. I want to be out front.
Oh, no! Like somebody got pushed to the outside there and just hit the rear end of Alley Rain. That was a hard impact.
That might have been the 25 of Squires off the pace.
We stay green.
By the way, just for reasons like that, up front, that's where I want to be. Avoid all that trouble. Because, man, I mean, so quickly things can turn on you, and you don't have much time to react if you're back in the middle of it all. You want to get up towards the front for those guys who qualified up there, like Moyers, like Whitehill. They're reaping the benefits of it so far, and especially for Sean Whitehill leading the way here. P.Y. Lucas in that 47 behind him, he's made his way up through the field nicely, along with Randall Coleman, so that inside lane, doing a good job getting up through there. Keani, meanwhile, leading Noah Sweet on the outside. They're falling back a bit.
We've seen Keani leading that outside line a couple times here tonight, but they just haven't been able to get the momentum going. Weaver, why is that?
Well, the main reason is going to be the outside is a longer way around the racetrack, especially in the corners. But there's also going to be a greater group of people on the low line normally, especially right now after we've just had a couple of small incidents. People are kind of skittish now, I'd imagine. So they might just want to go to the bottom, calm down, relax for a little bit. So I think if we give them a little bit, that high line showed great potential early in this race. I think people won't be too opposed to go up there and give it a shot.
Speaking of going up there and giving it a shot, P.Y. Lucas out there, but he's going to lose a lot of ground there to Randall Coleman. Now Thomas Philbrick in that 23 recovered nicely from that earlier backstretch incident, up to 3rd position, and Jim Black in the 86 up to 4th. After starting kind of deep in the field, here comes Randall Coleman on the inside, leading the way. Philbrick right behind him.
Coleman's in the lead. Philbrick now in 2nd. Those two working together to make their way up through the field. Now they're at the front of it. Will that relationship continue, or does that trend of unsteady alliances here on the super speedways prevail? We'll just have to wait and see. Working lap 15 of 54 here from the Under Armour Super Speedway. JTN's coverage of the Fast Renegade Cup Series preseason Thunder event here in conjunction with Full Circle Racing Designs. The new NASCAR NextGen 2022 mod is Thomas Philbrick. He's the leader of the mod team, and now he's going to be the leader of this race coming off of turn 4.
Yeah, the Full Circle JTN Chevrolet up front leading the way. I promise you it's not scripted, folks. That's just the way it's been so far. Philbrick doing a great job making his way up through the field, and now inherits the lead of the race, making a nice move to the inside of Randall Coleman in turn 3.
Man, 2022, Joe, is as hard to say as it is to believe that it really is already 2022.
We're going to be going into year 3 here on JTN in April, so yeah, can't believe it.
That being said, hope everybody out there had a great holidays, good New Year's, and I hope they're starting off their 2022 with a bang. I know we are here at JTN, especially with this race. It's going great now. We've had a few hiccups, but that outside line is surging.
Looks like most of those cars that fell back early have caught their way back into the picture here. You can see a lot of them hanging out, really kind of trying to get that draft, stay in it, but there's enough cars back there, Joe. I think they're going to be able to hang with it, and I think that's what some of these guys want to do on the opposite end of the spectrum, is not stay out in front to avoid everything, but be far enough back that you're not in everything.
Randall Coleman taking that outside line all the way up towards that wall, coming down the back straightaway. Philbrick stuck in the middle once again. He's heading on back as... Hey, who's that in that 96? Is that Darren Ingram guy?
That sure is. The second.
Wasn't he the one that we just saw sideways on the backstretch not about, 10 laps ago? Now he's out here leading again.
Car's coming to the pit lane. We got a car around at the back of the field. Hard to the inside wall. Can't tell who it is right now. We stay green.
Big group of people pitting here.
I think that was the 29 of Cardozo that might have hit the wall.
Big group of cars coming down the pit lane. So first pit stop, lap 17. That means we'll at least have to make one more before the night is over. This, super speedways, you always talk, maybe you don't take any tires, maybe you take 2, but 4 tires might be the way to go here tonight. Get yourself some extra grip.
For a track like this, I think you got to take at least 2. You can't afford to not take any. A lot of these guys having trouble on pit lane, trying to get to their stalls. This is really going to fracture the field.
More cars. Car into the inside wall, further on back. That's the 42.
And Ingram's going to lead them out of pit lane, far ahead of Randall Coleman, Oscar Ramos, Sean Whitehill, and Ryan Edema in that 92. A phenomenal pit stop for that Publix machine. The Publix Honda gained a lot of places on pit road right there.
All right, Tommy, you're in Darren Ingram's position right here. You come off pit road with a great lead. What is your plan here? Are you going to put down hot laps, go out there, run the best you can, or maybe back it up here to Randall, see if you can get hooked up, get some draft, and maybe pull away from the rest of the field? But what's your game plan?
I'm going to go out there, and I'm just going to try and lead as much as I can right now. No point, I think, in slowing down too much, just because, look, Randall's already there. He had your draft. You were going to get caught by him anyway. Now's the point where you two can work together to separate yourselves from the rest of the field. Got to be smart about this now. No point in racing on lap 19 when you still got 30 laps to go or so. Just take it easy, work together, try and pull away.
Take you on board with Darren Ingram out front. You see that number 9 of Randall Coleman coming up in his rear view. He's closing the gap, but just not able to get anything. Here's our JTN drone cam right behind this 96 car. Again, you just see how these guys are really working the cars around here. Get you some more shots of what the mod looks like and stuff. But overall, folks, these two got a great pit stop, and it might just come back to bite them.
Yeah, sometimes you can be out too far ahead. Now, that group behind them there, led by Oscar Ramos Jr. in the 38, Sean Whitehill in that group, Edema, as well as Tyler Mallon in the 18, and 2 others there with them. That's Jarvie in the 58 and Hughes in the 83. So all of those drivers working together, they're going to be faster than our 2 leaders out front as long as they can keep it in line and work together. And for Tyler Mallon in that 18, a good pit stop for him as well. He was not in the front of the field in the slightest beforehand, and now he's sitting just outside the top 5. Sorry, they're sitting outside the top 5.
That time at the line, that second group caught him by a whole second a lap. They should be there in no time.
Yeah, it's going to be awfully quick right here, the 13. That's John Foreman. He's a lap down. Actually going to help a little bit here with this second pack. And they're definitely going to be there quickly.
And most of the cars you see out on track as well going to be coming with the mod. I do believe when it comes out, that's another question we'll have to clear up, but a lot of great paint schemes out there on track. This is the Full Circle Racing Designs NextGen mod. Your second official live race look at the mod here on JTN. Can't thank you enough for tuning in here tonight. Can't thank the guys that have put so much work and effort into this mod for allowing us to showcase it. Hope we're doing a good job. Hope you're enjoying yourself here on a Sunday night watching JTN. If you are, make sure you hit that like button on the video and, of course, subscribe. We do all kinds of great NR2003 broadcasting with online racing leagues, of course. That's a great segue into our upcoming races here on JTN, presented by our friends at TWB Technologies, because with you, the fans at home, together, we're always better. The ASRA National IndyCar Championship heads to Gateway tomorrow night, 8:55 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on JTN. Then it's the USORL Cup Series, January the 29th, from the Homestead Miami Speedway. Always a great race with the USORL at Homestead, coverage there, 10:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Then it's the TMP Racing Cup Series from the Daytona International Speedway, January the 31st, to cap off a busy first month of the year here in 2022. Of course, all those races live only on JTN.
Joe, a couple of retirements from the race already, 4 of them. Alley Rain in the 43, Keith Patton in the 57. P.Y. Lucas ran out of gas in that 47, and that's the 7 as well of Nick Fletcher. 4 cars out of this race already, but 28 left. Still a large field remains in this racing event here.
You never want to start your season off in the garage area, do ya?
No, good news is no points on the table. So right there, though, our leader's getting on the apron a little bit. Tyler Mallon, there they come. They're in 3rd place. Where do they come from? I'll tell you what. All the way from the back, did not qualify. Now they're in the top 5.
No, I think that just shows the importance of, being good at every aspect of these races. Being fast on the track is one thing, but if you can't put together a good pit stop when you need to, you don't have a good crew that can get you in and out really quickly, it's just going to hurt you in the long run.
So a lot of guys on pit lane having issues getting into their stall, getting out of their stall, missing their stall entirely. And if you can minimize those mistakes, it's going to pay dividends no matter where you start in the field. That's for sure. Coleman leading the way now on the high lane. And this top 5, we've seen Ramos up there, Coleman up there, Whitehill up there a lot, as well as Ingram. And Ingram looks like he's going to come down pit lane. No, he's just letting people by. So he's wanting out of that top 5 group, guys. He wants to get towards the back. Maybe he didn't like what was going on up there. It was too racy. He wants to settle things down, not be involved in any incidents up there.
Like you mentioned earlier, no points on the line here. These guys are really just out here for the notoriety of winning this race. Being the first to win a big race in this car, I'm sure that's what all these drivers would like to, be able to say that they have accomplished. So, seen some tough racing, some close racing so far, and I expect it to keep up and even probably ramp up as we get towards the end of this race.
Yeah, no doubt. And Sean Whitehill there on the inside, one of our pole options. Joe, take us through tonight's race poll.
Yeah, it's a really simple one tonight. Who do you think will win tonight's preseason Thunder race here from the Under Armour Super Speedway? Your options are our current leader, the number 91 is Sean Whitehill, the number 18 of Tyler Mallon, the number 9 of Randall Coleman, or you, the fans at home. So make sure, if you haven't already, go ahead and vote in that poll. Let your voice be heard. Vote for who you think is going to win tonight's race. I know who I think is going to win the race. I think it's going to be the fans here in the stands at home watching live on JTN.
If you ask me, I think the fans have already won.
I would concur with that statement, 100%. And what we're seeing right now here, these guys after pit stops here, they're for once single file here. Not too much side-by-side action just yet. Of course, as I say that up front, Oscar Ramos Jr. back to the lead on the inside lane.
Isn't that all how it always works? We say one thing up here in the booth and they do the complete opposite. Note what lap we're on. We're closing in on a second round of green flag pit stops in the next 5-6 laps. That window getting ready to creep on open. You got to make it to at least lap 34 to make it to the end of this race on one stop. So watch that, see how it goes. Again, 54 laps, not 50 laps. So You got that extra 4 on there that are going to make the strategy a little haywire for the crew chiefs down on the pit lane as the 38 car leads 92-00, and the battle's on between the 91 and 13, or 4 men a lap down right now in that 13, so never mind. Not a battle, but a battle on track.
Those last 4 laps, just like with the witching hour on NFL Red Zone, that's where a win can become a loss, and a loss can become a win right there. So Ramos Jr. leads the way. Behind him, Ryan Adema in the 92, the Publix Accord. Now that's a part of this mod that is very nice to have for all of you who enjoy painting fictional manufacturers or manufacturers of the past on it. It does include this 4th generic body. And I know for myself, I'm going to be putting a Pontiac Grand Prix on there, but you can see leading the way a Dodge and a Honda. And who knows what the future holds for NASCAR in this next-gen mod. Maybe those come true once again.
You and your Pontiacs, Tommy. You and your Pontiacs. You're a hoot.
One can hope.
If I could take one thing and note from that 92 is, the Honda Accord, and that's all. It looks great. Wonderful car. I think it's great that they decided to put a generic body on here. So like you said, you can put a Pontiac on there. We see a Honda here, a Dodge leading the race. But you can really do whatever you want. But man, that sponsor, Publix, just what a wonderful place to shop.
I hear you have some shoes with the Publix branding on them, I'm told.
I do. It was given to me as a Christmas gift from one of my booth mates here.
Is that right? Well, it must have been very nice to do that for you.
You have Publix shoes?
They're Publix slides.
My goodness.
No, you gotta rep the brands.
You wear your Publix slides with your pub sub?
No, only when they're on sale. I believe there's a Twitter account out there you can follow that'll tell you if the pub subs are on sale if you're in the right regional area for it.
Well, there you go. And back up front, that Publix car is still in 2nd position. In 3rd, Michael Collins in the 00. Aaron's machine, oh man, I'll tell you what, those Michael Waltrip racing cars were always good to look at. Here we are in 2022, and we've got another one on the racetrack. It looks nice. Behind him, Randall Coleman in the 9, Hooters machine. And Nathan Keani in the 01 rounds out your top 5.
Looking on the spotter list here, it looks like we might have some people ducking off the pit, and there they go.
There they go, and a little bit tamer pit stops this time. Don't see any cars, never mind. There goes the 13 hard into the inside wall.
Foreman hard into the wall. He was a lap down,
He's
but
blowing
coming
up
down
too.
to pit. We'll have to see how these guys get on and off pit lane. Had a lot of problems there last time for some of these drivers. Leading the way right now has not stopped yet. That's the 88 of Josh Moyers, our pole winner.
Field out front, see if he takes him down the pit lane this time. There they go, ducking down into the pits, Tommy. We're going to be close on that pit window. Make it to the end of this race.
Hughes in the 83, Jarvie in the 58, and Tyler Mallon in that 18. Those 3 have decided to stay out yet, try and stretch it just one more lap. Had some problems in the last pit stops, people doing that. Ran out of gas, had to retire from the race. We'll see if that pays off for them.
Well, and they just passed those guys that pit the first time around, Tommy. That puts them a lap down. If a yellow were to fly right now, it would put those drivers in a pickle.
Bad news for Sean Whitehill, driver of the 91. Engine blew while he was on the pits. So looks like that engine just overheated at a standstill there and blew on him. Really unfortunate there. That 91 was having a great run.
You know what? We're out here running these new cars, but these engines are still the same. Looks like they still got the same problems, too. I believe it was the one of Irvin Vargas that won our race off pit road of that first group of pitters there, and followed by the 48 of Zach Krystowski. You see him, Randall Coleman, and that's the 38 of Oscar Ramos behind them in a little group here.
Get a little bit of a bigger group behind them that's a little well formed up. Darren Ingram, Ricky Collette, Nathan Kiani leading the way for that one.
So here comes Malin off pit lane. He's following Hughes and Jarvie, and Philbrick and Moyers get out in front of them. So I believe that's going to be Moyers in the lead at the moment. But you've got this pack behind them, and they're sure to catch. They have the numbers. We saw it last time. It's not going to take too long either. They're going to be there before the end for sure. Coleman leading the second lane, Weaver and Randall, so much experience in NR2003 over the years. What's he got to do to win this race? He's got two cars in front of him, only one for position, but he knows he has a good group behind him that can help him get up there. Once he gets up there, what does he want to do? Does he want to lead this race or maybe wait for the end and try and make a move late to not get passed again?
Honestly, if I'm Randall at this point, I think I'm going to want to be in the lead because I believe we're going to have to pit one more time here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
It's going to be close.
If you do have to come down one more time, being in the lead might be your best bet. You're going to have a clean shot into that pit road. Hopefully you don't get run over from behind, but you should be able to get in, get out, have a nice gap possibly. I think the lead's the place to be with the way this race is panning out.
We haven't seen the cautions tonight, right? I mean, that's been the thing. We haven't seen a caution yet. These wrecks, they have happened off the racing surface, so officials keep it clean and green, of course. Maybe not clean per se, but they keep it green. And when you watch that as a driver, you see that these wrecks are happening off the racing surface. You're not getting a yellow thrown. You start to get a little more defensive because that is one less option for you to kind of make up for a mistake, right? You make a mistake now, it's going to be really hard to make it up because we haven't seen those cautions. A lot of times we say here on JTN, you can make a mistake early on in a race because you'll be able to make up for it, right? Cautions will come out, field will get put back together again. Has not been the case here tonight.
Here we go. Coleman has caught our leader Moyers. A pair of lap cars there in front of him. That's Vargas in the 1. He is a lap down in between our two leaders, and Philbrick out of the way. Not going to be a factor in this one late. Here goes Randall Coleman trying to get to the inside of Vargas. He does. So now, Moyers and Coleman. Coleman sideways up the corner a little bit there.
You know, and on that point of the cautions, Joe, I just wanted to say, if I learned one thing as a driver, it's the moment you start expecting or wanting a caution, that's when you know for sure you're not getting a caution for the rest of the race.
You don't know
racing
it.
Happening now for the third position. You see that 58 ahead of Ramos, trying to hold on to that spot. Zach Kostowski in that 48. He is a lap down as well. So a lot of lap traffic mingling with the leaders. You can only imagine what's going to happen there because remember, these lap down cars, if we were to get a caution, that top one would get that lucky dog position, and they want to be that guy. So, boy, I'll tell you what, it's going to get intense here late in the going.
One around towards the middle of the pack there. That's going to bring out the yellow.
At the 6 of Ricky Collette?
It is, and just like we said, if there was a yellow, that would change everything, and it sure did. And I believe give that free pass position to Zach Kostowski in the 48 team.
Nathan Kiani comes in there with that sharp Chevrolet nose and gets into the back bumper of Collette, spins that 6 car around.
Yeah, we saw how racy that front pack was getting there, and I think that back pack had just caught up, so they were carrying a lot of speed, a lot of jostling for position there, and things just went awry for that number 6 car.
Yeah, it looks like a checkup right in front of him, right?
Yeah, there was a whole lot going on, a lot of lane switching, a lot of checking up. And when you're in a second pack like that and you're catching the front pack, you're getting a lot of draft. You're going to be gaining sometimes as much as 20, 30 mile an hour.
Visor cam with Nathan Kiani here in the 0-1. You're going to see the checkup right in front of you. There's the 96 going down. Collette goes down as well. They're going to get checked up here on the entrance to the corner. Kiani can't check up in time. But what a what great driving for those guys that were right behind that incident. Nobody gets into the 6. Nobody else collected up. It was just a solo spin for Ricky Collette.
Well, it took well over 40 laps. We have our first caution of the night, and this is going to set the stage for the end of this race. Moyer's pitting from the lead. Ramos down from the top 5 as well. Those guys think maybe they didn't have enough fuel to make it towards the end. You see a couple drivers staying out who pit later on. Hughes and Jarvie especially. Those guys are the last ones on pit lane. They think they can stretch it. They're going to have to save a little bit here under yellow to try and make it to the end.
Looking down pit road there, I saw a lot of gas and goes. Not too many tires going on except for a couple people that might have had some trouble there. And I don't think they could have even put a whole can of gas in there for how quickly some of these guys came in and went. So those guys might be able to stretch it.
Now, I don't want to say that one of our fellow broadcasters, you know, was the wreck and it caused the wreck to kind of maybe add to the entertainment value of this race, but if you want to put those tinfoil hats on at home, I'm not going to stop you.
Well, it certainly does make it exciting. We've had questions of fuel for our leaders, even for those who did pit. Did they get enough? And well, we're going to have still a lot of cars on the lead lap here, including Zach Kostowski now. That's going to be 17 drivers still on the lead lap. So anybody can win this thing, and we're going to go green with probably about 10 or 9 to go once we go back green here. Still plenty of time to make moves if you're back in that pack, but you've got to act quickly. You've got to make the right ones and hope to avoid trouble at the end.
Folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in here tonight. If you haven't already, hit the like button on the video and subscribe. A lot of you folks have already done that for us. Can't thank you enough. Be a friend, tell a friend about us here on JTN. We have a bunch of great live online NR2003 racing weekly here with a bunch of great leagues that you can check out if you're maybe looking for a league as well. A lot of them taking new drivers, new recruits. You can check out all those videos. We got those live race replays, of course, right here on the JTN YouTube. You check those out. There's links in those video descriptions. That'll take you to different league homepages where you can find out more about getting involved in online racing here in NR2003, keeping this game alive as best we can here on JTN. This, of course, second official look with the Full Circle Racing Designs NextGen mod that has been developed over the course of the last year. Ever so close to completion. We're going to talk with mod design team lead Thomas Philbrick after we talk with our podium finishers here tonight as well. So, if you got questions outside of the, when's it going to come out questions and those type of questions, put them in chat. Be more than happy to ask Thomas about that. Tommy, we missed it. You missed it. It's your favorite part of the night.
Well, Joe, here we go. We're at it now, though. 10 to go in this race, and that means it's time for the TWB 10 to go. Folks, from porches to patios and more, on behalf of TWB, I'd like to share with you the beauty of GardenLightsDirect.com. They've got all your outdoor lights that you would need for the holidays, for more. If you want to have a A-plus patio, think no further than GardenLightsDirect.com. They got the best products at the best prices. Go check them out. That's your TWB 10 to go. Brought to you by GardenLightsDirect.com.
I gotta say, there's nothing more disappointing. You go to somebody's house, a friend's house, family's house even, and they got a nice patio. They did all this work, good deck. The lights go out, the darkness falls, and they just don't have good lighting. You can't see nothing. The party's over without good lighting. Keep the party going.
That's right.
Field lining up for the restart, going to be double file shootout style here from the Under Armour Super Speedway. 5883, 0088, 29.9, your first three rows. Tyler Mellon there in that 18. Darren Ingram 96, 8, and 38, your top 10.
All right, those Pontiac pace car lights are off. Hey, see, there's a Pontiac in the field yet. Love to see that. So Jarvie in the 58 up front, followed by the 83 of Hughes and the 00 of Michael Collins. Those three, maybe a little bit of a question about fuel for them, but we know the 88 of Moyer's on back. Should be good to go to the end. It's going to be an exciting one here in the closing laps here at Under Armour Speedway. Joe, Weaver, get ready. I'm buckled in. Are you?
Pulling these belts tight.
Gotta do it one more time here for a restart. Have to think if a caution comes early enough in this run to the end, we could get back green. If it doesn't, this race might just end under yellow. You don't want to see that if you're a fan at home. We don't want to see it up here in the booth. But you've been winning all night long watching this race with us here on JTN. Jarvie with control here for the restart with Hughes to the outside. Back down and away we go. Green flag once again here from Under Armour.
Both lines firing off well there.
You have to appreciate that 88 of Moyer's being up there. Start on pole, like we said, you seem to be up towards the front all night long despite the caution and all the pit stop under green flag conditions and everything like that. He's managed to keep up there. It's really impressive. Doing a good job in that Wally Dallenbach throwback.
Impressive run, 8300. Get close there, almost touch going down into turn 3. They keep it straight. We're still double file up at the front of this pack. Here comes that 96 Darren Ingram rallying back to the front after being sent to Shadow Realm into the inside wall earlier on. He's got Tyler Mallon right behind him, giving him a good push with that Intel Toyota.
Inside line looked like it figured things out there a little quicker at the start, but the outside line is also coming back now. Got about even numbers.
Here comes that 00 Collins to the inside of the 58, and Collins 3 wide for the lead, getting really tight into turn number 3. He's going to take it away, and now that 58 is going backwards. Watch out, everybody. He's going to get real tight off the corner here. Oh my goodness, this racing's close. Problems in the back of the field. Philbrick involved, Sweet involved, and that's going to bring out a caution.
Seth Cole gets some of it as well. One car around it. Towards the back, we're racing back to the line. We're under 10 laps to go. 00 trying to hold off the rest of these hard-charging cats. They know this might be their last chance to make up massive ground if this race cannot go back green. Side by side for second. 96 on the inside. Getting a big shove from the 18. Where's the 00 go? He makes the block.
Oh, and contact between Ingram and the 83. Mallon on the inside being pushed by Michael Murata. Where did he come from? Coming to the line. Contact some more for second. 3 wide to the line, but they're all following Collins. Collins in the lead at the line. We'll have to wait and see if we're going to be able to go back green.
I think there's a lot of drivers that might be angry enough where they want this thing to go back green. So a lot of take, not a lot of give there on that run to the caution flag. 9 to Randall Coleman, his night up into smoke. So let's get a replay, though, what brought out that caution.
Looked like it was back towards the field out of turn number 4 with a few laps to go. I saw Noah Sweet get loose against the wall a little bit. Philbrick also turning into the wall. So we'll have to see. The big question is now, are we going to get back to green flag racing before this thing's over?
Just have to wait and see there. Yeah, Sweet gets loose right in front of the 23. Don't know if there was contact. Couldn't tell from that angle. Seth Cole involved as well. 23 around 1 with heavy contact to the inside wall. You see the damage there on the rear end.
Wild ride for that one car. Got up on both wheels after hitting the wall there.
Vargas, though, giving us a good look at the damage model on the rear end of these cars. Go from the helicopter cam. And the car kind of, let's back it up. Looks like maybe some bumper grab with the 77 on the back of the 29.
It's possible, you know, despite the brand new mod, still the same old game in our 2003. So it happens.
They got JTN on board with Philbrick through this wreck.
I do think this thing's going to go green with at least 1 lap to go. So I don't think we've seen the end of this race just yet.
Those hood flaps deploying as well, so good to see the safety innovations continue here. with the next gen mod as well. Let's see that second incident, though, that happened. Sent the 9 car into the wall, so things getting really crazy here. Coming to the end of this race, field up front. We're 3 wide going down into turn 3. There's the slight contact with the 38 and 99 head into the outside wall. Heavy damage for Randall Coleman in that Hooters Chevrolet. Looks like contact with the 341 as well. Tommy, you got a fan in chat.
Yeah, hi, ho long. Yeah, no, I'm in the booth. I mean, maybe I'm driving the pace car. He's a Pontiac, but if I am, that's gonna be a weird out of body experience. That's not me in there.
All right, Weaver. Take me through it. You're behind the wheel. You're Tyler Mallon here. You don't have control for the restart, but you're lining up on the front row. What do you have to do?
I think I'm probably take. I'm a fire off, right, and then I'm gonna take my. I'm gonna look in my mirror, take clue of everybody that's around me, see where everybody's going, what the lines are doing really quick before I get into turn 1 even. You got to do a lot of figuring on these super speedways on this restart like this. Once I figure out what's going on, I'm gonna pick which lane is working good. I've seen a lot of people duck to the inside at the start of these races and then move to the outside maybe a lap later, but we ain't gonna have time for that if we're only gonna have maybe 1-2 laps here.
We're going to have 1, it looks like, if we do get any.
Looking like 1, so probably just gonna have to stick with my line, whoever's behind me, and hope they give me a good push and they're getting a good push from behind. Looks like the 9 crew is back out here. Had to cut off the rear end of that car. You get a nice shot at the fuel cell back there.
Well, all right, so this is going to be the moment of truth, really. Will we get a one-lap shootout? Will the race end? The pace car lights must go off this time for us to return to green flag conditions in this one.
Come on, Tommy, you said you're in that pace car, right? Go ahead, flick them lights off for us.
Oh, boy, I'm going to try as much as I can. If I can figure out how, I will. A lot of buttons and dials in here. I don't know. We're approaching that start and finish line. We'll see here.
Things about to get a little crazy. We're watching in anticipation, see if those pace car lights go out. They do.
Oh, yes, they do. Found
Good.
the button.
Good job, Tommy. You did your job.
We're gonna go back green with just 1 lap remaining in this one. It's going to be a hectic final lap here.
Well, so many Chevys in the field, so of course 3 Toyotas up inside the top 4 with a Ford Mustang there in that 96 Darren Ingram. So of course that's how it works out. Then it's 2 Chevys behind them. Mike Collins, Tommy, we told Weaver, we asked Weaver what he needs to do if he's Tyler Mallon. If you're Mike Collins, what do you have to do with control here on the restart?
Hold that bottom, brother, and you better get a good restart too. A good restart's going to be key. Only 1 lap around here. I know the draft is a factor, but I think if you can hold that car on the bottom the whole way around, there's not going to be enough time for anything to really happen on that outside lane, else they're going to need a miracle for it anyway. And I just don't know if that's going to be possible here.
It's going to be an interesting run to the finish as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing. Mike Murata says he wants the bottom. He gets back into his line on the outside. 0018, 9655. Your first 2 rows, that's where you have to think the winner will most likely come from, unless we see a big incident here coming to the checkered flag, which, you know, very real possibility as well. Hit that like button, subscribe. This is your last chance to vote in that fan poll who you think's going to win. Right now it's that 18 Tyler Mallon. He's really the only one besides you, the fans at home, that has a chance to win tonight. We'll just have to see if he can get it done. Field makes their way off turn number 4. Pace car has long since ditched them. Collins with control here for the restart as we get ready to enter the Mike Co restart zone here from the Under Armour Super Speedway. Back down and away we go. Green flag for the final time tonight here from Under Armour.
Boy, in that front row got a fantastic start. That second row, maybe not, but that might be an okay thing. They're going to be able to generate that run and draft up to the back and try and pass. We'll see. Mano y mano at the front right now. Collins on the inside, Mallon on the outside.
Collins clear now. Tyler Mallon coming down the back straightaway. He sticks to the bottom, trying to keep that 96 behind him. Big shove coming there from the 55. Mikey Murata to the back of the 18. 55, 96. There's contact.
Up front. Coming through on the high side, Michael Murata in the 55. Down the low, that's the 58 of Jarvie. He's got the inside line. It's the Napa show. If we come off turn 4, Michael Murata on the outside, coming to the line. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Jarvie across the line first.
What a race to the line by the Napa-sponsored cars there. I don't know what to say about that wreck. I hope Darren's okay. He took an absolutely incredible impact on the inside wall.
Such a close finish at the line between the two Napa drivers. Michael Murata on the outside did his best. Had a little bit of momentum out there, but not enough time before the stripe to get it done. Take a look.
It's a lot of hook and ladder there, right? Bumpers getting hooked, cars all over, car parts all over turn 3. What a run to the finish.
Alex Jarvie in the 58. Margin of victory, 0.059 seconds. That's about, 6/100ths of a second, folks. It's not much.
Watch this. You talked about it, Weaver, that contact with Darren Ingram. Here's a look at it from our helicopter cam. A heavy impact, nose first into the inside wall. Ooh. Good look at the damage, though.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of drivers. Maybe not too much damage, but certainly the G-forces on that spin there. Very tight spin. Boy, and you can see that nose, that composite body nose, shifting all over the place.
I'm board with Mikey Murata through the end of this race.
So that was your finish, and what a finish it was.
Jarvie getting to burn it down here on the front straightaway. Although it's very difficult to burn the car with the way the gear is set up here in Under Armour. Pull it into victory lane. We'll move on to our post-race coverage. We're going to get a chance to talk with our winner, Alex Jarvie in that 58, as well as Mikey Murata and Oscar Ramos Jr. Get the chance. We'll talk with them and get those results on your screen momentarily. There you see that 58. He's got it parked down in victory lane. Gotta love Under Armour Super Speedway.
It's a racy racetrack, I'll say that much.
Hope the fans at home enjoyed all that, and wow, I mean, it was the Napa show at the end there. I mean, who could have thought at the start of this thing we'd see that? You know, we saw on the final restart a completely different set of top 3 than we saw take that I would say not just a green white checkered, but a green that was the white.
It was both, right?
Yeah.
Getting those results up on your screen. Again, we're going to talk with our top 3 finishers. We're also going to get a chance to talk with some of the design and mod team here at Full Circle Racing Designs. We'll get a chance to talk with all those folks here momentarily. But Weaver, we always do these big, overarching takeaway questions from the night. I think the takeaway from tonight is this next-gen mod is going to be pretty dang good.
I agree wholeheartedly. I think what we saw tonight it looked wonderful on track. The damage looked nice. I can't wait for it to get in the hands of the community and see what kind of paint schemes they can make for it and see it out there and use with multiple leagues, because I know a lot of them are going to want to get adopting it and using it for their main series like the big boys in NASCAR are.
All right, well, let's go ahead. We got our race winner all ready.
Everything about it is good. Damage model, everything.
Alex, I think I pulled you away before.
Yeah, hey, how's it
I'm
going?
sorry, but you said it, and we were talking about it. Damage model is really good, but victory lane's a lot better, right?
Absolutely.
So I apologize for that, but Alex Jarvie, driver the number 58 Napa machine, your winner here tonight with the Chase Elliott paint scheme as well on that 58 car. But a strong run for you tonight, up front all night long. That's got to feel really good here with this mod, and lights are really bright to execute like that.
Yeah, game plan going in was just kind of taking it easy from start to finish. I knew it wasn't really a points race, so I wasn't really trying too hard. But me and a couple other guys out there were strategizing on pit stops, and after each pit stop, we get a little closer to the front. And unfortunately, that caution did come out, because I think it would have been between me, the 83 and the 18, to make it on fuel, but as luck would have it, just got lucky on that last lap restart. It was kind of reminded me of the 2021 Daytona 500, just Michael McDowell making his way through the smoke and the chaos.
Well, through the smoke and the chaos, when you see all that happening in front of you, there's a lot of things that go through a driver's mind, right? There's things that we can't say on TV, but there's also the planning and the coordination. It's not something you really practice for, though, right? Getting through these big wrecks. Why do you think you were able to kind of execute there in that moment, that big moment, get through the incident? You executed all night long, but get through that big incident at the end and get to victory lane in that Chevrolet.
Yeah, at that point, it was more luck than skill taking over, I think. But I've been racing a fair amount the last couple years, so I've seen my fair share of wrecks here. So I know how to kind of react and not overreact in those types of situations. But again, that was just more luck than skill, because that could have happened to anybody at that point.
Are we going to see you racing this 58 car more in the Renegade Cup series, or was this maybe a one and done for you?
No, absolutely. I won't be full time, but I'll definitely make an appearance here or there whenever I can. We'll have to see what the schedule comes out with, but I'm not sure as of yet. I just know it won't be full time.
Well, we hope it's as many races as close to full time as we get, even if it's just maybe you don't show up for one race, because we want to see you more on TV, Alex. Congratulations on the victory here tonight. Before we let you go, though, the floor is yours. Family, friends, sponsors, whoever you want to shout out, the floor is completely yours.
I just want to thank the guys at Fast and Full Circle for hosting us tonight. It was a lot of fun, and this mod is going to be unbelievably successful when it finally gets released. So thanks to everybody involved in making that. It's probably too many guys to name and girls, but whoever's involved in it, thank you very much. It was a lot of fun tonight.
Alex, thank you very much for taking the time to talk with us after this one. And once again, congratulations on the win here at Under Armour. I bet you you're probably going to get, I don't know, you'd have to talk with Randall, league runner, but I bet you he probably owes you like a good Under Armour sweatshirt or something. So just make sure you take him up on that.
Yeah, I'll ask him about that. But thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
Alex Jarvie, driver the number 58, your winner here tonight from Under Armour. Well, let's go ahead and, guys, let's bring in our fourth place finisher, driver the number 83 here tonight, Keith Hughes. Keith, you got a copy?
I got you loud and clear.
Hey, man, I mean, you're running that Papyrus car, a lot of big feels out there for the driver. For us watching, I'm sure for the fans at home, What's it feel like top 5 here in this first race in 2022?
Yeah, it was awesome. I'm glad to represent the Fred Jones Classic car. Um, me, Alex, and Tyler Mallon had a good strategy of staying on an extra lap on the first pit stop, and we were going to be able to make it on without a caution. So I was happy to see one of us get the win.
Well, Jarvie gets the win, but you get that top 5 and a crazy race. Take us through, though, because we were talking about Under Armour. It's a really unique track, right? These corners, the radius of the corner isn't all that great for maybe 3-wide, 4-wide racing, but you made it happen tonight. How hectic was it out there when everyone was really starting to push it towards the end of the race?
Yeah, those last few laps, everybody was getting more aggressive, trying to jockey for position, and it was probably important to be on the inside because you could kind of handle the bumps and bangs. And coming to the line, I had gotten knocked into the wall coming to the last caution. I dropped back to maybe 13th, maybe 12th, and as we were going to the one-lap shootout, they got on the wreck on the inside there, and we were able to get around the outside and get to the top 4. Then I decided to get in the line behind Alex because we're both from Mondays of Thunder league, and I was trying to help him get the win if I couldn't. I'm glad one of us got the victory lane. I'm happy with the top 5. Great mod. It was a great race and really had fun, and we appreciate y'all broadcasting it.
Hey, we appreciate you talking with us. I got one more question though, because you were out there on track and I didn't get a chance to get behind the wheel. This mod, it's fun to drive, right? It handles the bumps, it handles everything really good.
Oh yeah, I mean it's fantastic. As Thomas said, he made the best mod maybe that NR's ever seen, and he's only 30 years old, so it's pretty cool to be out here and be able to test it out for these guys. Hope to get to drive it a lot more.
Keith, we can't wait to see you driving these cars more, hopefully here on JTN this year. Congratulations on the great run. Before we let you go, I know you already shouted out some folks, but anyone else you got to shout out, any sponsors, the floor is yours.
Nope, that's all I got. Mondays of Thunder. We race on Sunday and Monday. Look it up. Join us. Fun league. Come and try to beat me and Alex because we run that league, and I want somebody to come hit me, especially Matt Moss. Matt Moss is a punk.
Keith, congratulations on the great run here. Again, folks, go check out Mondays of Thunder, racing Monday and Sunday nights, I'm assuming, right? That makes sense.
Yeah, Mondays nights and Sunday nights at 9 p.m.
All right, go check them out. Keith,
Eastern.
Congratulations on the great run, and thanks for taking the time to talk with us after this one.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Keith Hughes, your 4th place finisher here tonight. Now, I don't know. Do I try to grab Mikey? Do we you want to grill Mikey? Tommy, you want to grill Mikey?
I think we got to bring him in here. We got to we got to know what was going on there.
Oh, Mikey. Bringing him in, driver of the 55. He didn't want to be here. We wrangled him up. Mikey Murata.
Didn't want to be here.
Mikey, we got a copy there?
Yes, we do.
All right, Weaver's got some questions for you.
First of all, why wouldn't you want to be here, Mikey? What's wrong?
Oh, nothing against anyone in the booth. I'm just terrible at interviews, so.
Oh, well, there's only one way to get better, and that's at doing it. I think the good first question here is how'd you feel tonight? How'd you feel in that new car? Everything's shaking out well for you?
Yeah, everything was great tonight, and I really enjoyed the track. You could get away with being pretty aggressive and not really face any consequences. But yeah, kind of hated the finish to end like that. But that's kind of what happened when me and Darren tried to go to the middle at the same time.
I was going to say, I don't think you expect the guy next to you to be going into the same lane as you down a straightaway, but just one of those situations at the end where it's 2 guys going for the same piece of real estate late in a race. You know, next time you're coming around to the checkered flag. 2nd place run, though. I know you ran the race, obviously, is kind of working with these guys, working on this mod over the summer here, but how does this mod feel for you from an online driver perspective? I know that, there's going to be the questions about AI and, if it does anything with it, with hitboxes and whatnot, but online racing perspective, the mod work good. I know, maybe you can answer that question about the computer, the specs. I know a lot of folks asking about that.
As far as I could tell, yeah, and I mean, it seemed to be easier, I guess, like on frames and whatnot. I didn't experience any lagging issues tonight or like FPS drops or anything. So that's a nice change from kind of what's been going on.
Mikey's always my gauge for the folks at home because no one does more with less than Mikey Murata. But Mikey, congratulations on the second place run. Crazy run to the finish. Didn't lead any laps tonight, but definitely started off the year right. We're going to see you more here in the Fast Renegade Cup Series this year, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. That's what we like to hear, Mikey. That's what
Hey,
we like to
you just said I do less with more, so
Hey,
I'm just sticking to
that 55
sticking to the
card is
character.
great. But before we let you go, and we're going to bring in the kind of the rest of the guys down there that I see that help work on this mod, and we'll talk with them. But before we let you go, anyone you want to shout out or thank after tonight's race?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Thomas for letting me be a part of that, because it's been a pretty cool experience for the most part, and I always keep forgetting to do this every time you interview me, but I'd like to thank you and everyone else at JTN for broadcasting these races, because it's really fun to go back and watch them, especially when you do well.
It's always good to watch stuff that you do good at, right? I think that's... Mikey, you provide us with some of the best insight on the track, and I can't thank you enough. And if you like Mikey, you can get a Mikey Murata shirt on the JTN merch store, too. It doesn't have his face on it, despite me wanting to put his face on it, but it's there on the JTN merch store, so go check it out. But Mikey, thanks for talking with us. I think we're going to bring in the rest of your buddies here in a second to talk about the mod.
Yeah, they're a bit more. They know a little bit more than I do on this.
We got Thomas in here. Thomas, do you think the rest of the guys are ready? I can pull them all in at once. What do you think? This is live TV. That's the beauty of it.
I mean, you're welcome to pull us all into the same room together. That's your fault.
All right, we're gonna go for it then. Bringing in all the fine folks. Hey, we got Tyler Mallon. You just heard him talk. Tyler, not the finish you wanted to the race, but thanks for joining us.
Of course, it was a lot of fun. I'm just happy to be able to race these things, honestly.
Happy to race these things to Nathan Chiani with the top 5. Nathan, thank you for joining us.
Yep. I just want to say, I got to thank Bass Pro Shop, Snap-on, Redhead, Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Bring me a fast car today. Shut up, no, I'm fucking talking.
Whoa.
Okay. You can edit that out. But
no, I can't.
This is live
trust me, you can. But
Keanu, there's children.
TV here, JTN after hours.
But
don't repeat anything you hear on the stream, kids.
Joe, I warned you.
I know you did.
I was up there at the end. I thought I could have snuck by and maybe won, but the 58 just did not lose any momentum from that wreck. He kept his foot on the floor. And we still got away with a solid top 5, and I think that's back-to-back and showcase races. So, good day for us, and yeah. Gotta thank DEI once again for bringing me a good car.
From Nathan Chiani, everyone's favorite meme poster, to one of everyone's favorite designer on Twitter, Mr. Noah Sweet.
Oh, hello.
Not my favorite.
No, do you have anything you want to say? I mean, these guys, they had soliloquies ready, and I feel like I might have caught you off guard.
Huh? No. I don't talk a lot, sorry.
No, you're good.
He shuts up and paints.
Yeah, that's like my motto now.
Yeah, shut up and paint.
Yeah, shut up and paint.
See what you guys did to him. To everyone's least favorite designer on Twitter, Sean Whitehill.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's fucking
Wow.
I'm sorry.
See, this is why I left for Apex.
You didn't know Sean Whitehill, driver of the number 2 JTN car last year. And did I forget any? I got Randall Coleman's in here as well. Randall running fast this year, as he always does. Say hi, Randall.
This year,
Hello,
old
Joe.
man, Randall
Hello, everybody.
Coleman.
And then, of course, the guy that's probably going to be able to answer a lot of your questions because everyone else might be too scared to answer them, Mr. Thomas Philbrick.
Who am I?
Dementia.
You're a guy.
Yeah.
I'm a dude.
You're the main guy.
Just a dude.
Thomas, prepare
He's
for
a
the horde.
dude.
Don't look in the stream chat, please. I beg you.
Oh, I don't have anything in front of me other than a blank computer screen. Let's do this.
All right, guys. So this is our after the race report. Apologies for any language used. So if you don't like any bad language, now might be the time to turn it
Should
off.
be your bedtime anyway.
Don't repeat it, kiddos.
Don't repeat it.
We're examples of what not to do.
Yeah.
Not going to argue that, but thank you guys for all taking the time to join us after this race. I know you guys are probably all really tired. It was a crazy, crazy event out there tonight. But Thomas, I wanted to start with you because I know, we get asked this question all the time, right? I don't really care about when the mod's coming out. You guys, you're artists, right? You got to take your time. But with everyone in here, everyone watching, what has been the best part of designing this thing, going through this process over the last portion of the year to see like all the fan, all the interactions from people in the community? I think there's a lot of hype behind releasing a mod like this with all the folks that you got in here. I know there's a couple others too working on things, but what's it been like, kind of spearheading this development over the course of the last year?
Well, if I wouldn't say phrasing is going to be weird on this. It's definitely not something that I was prepared for. There's just a lot of moving pieces with trying to work with a group of people. Like the proof of concept when I started and it was just myself, like I could just do things, make changes and not have to think about it because the only person my change affects is me. But as you get more and more people involved, you start thinking about, well, if I change this, then all these people have to rework this. And, Kiani can tell you that, there was a lot of talk about, like, are the templates going to change? And they've changed a lot, but I, worked as hard as I could to preserve, like, our main car area. But, a lot of stuff got added, changed, reworked. I lost count of how many times I remade the roll cage on this, just trying to make it look that much more accurate. It's been a fun process. Going into this, I didn't even know how to 3D model. So literally learning a new skill from the ground up, it's rewarding in itself just to take it to its illogical progression and just go full send on something like making a mod.
I think you brought up a couple good things there about, the iterative process here in the last year, and open to anyone that wants to answer this, but with the way that the nature of the NextGen reveal from NASCAR, it kind of just being this really slow process, right?
I want to punch NASCAR in the face. I want to punch NASCAR in the face.
How, I know it made it difficult, but in what ways that maybe people don't expect that it made the whole process difficult? And again, this goes for anyone. That nature of them kind of releasing everything so slow over the course of time. How did that kind of maybe make the process a little bit different than what you would have expected?
Oh, it's just kind of like as soon as we're proud of something and think like, hey, this is 100% done, we can move on to fine-tuning the next thing. NASCAR completely just changes their damn minds, and that's the thing that we were about to lock in. Like, it's just like, all right, well, that's completely useless now. Let's just start over again, I guess.
It's also been difficult in terms of, like, the anticipation for the mod. I'm flying onto the track. Hold on.
I was going to say, are you? I don't know how you're talking to us, but we just saw that. So
yeah, that was the anticipation of the mod has been pretty high. Obviously, there have been a couple of leaks, I want to say. One in particular that was really kind of disappointing to see it come out. But it was really difficult trying to get the point across that we don't actually fully know how the next gen is going to look until it's actually on track. So with the leak coming out, it was an unfinished mod, and it probably wasn't as accurate as it would have been otherwise if it had just been released on time and people were patient. But that kind of.
I don't know if anyone else wants to touch on that too with the way the leak went in the last week. I know there's a lot of people out there that are going to say a lot of things, and I know part of tonight was probably trying to take back the narrative, Thomas. I think that's what we kind of talked about with this mod and how the process has gone. But if anyone else wants to touch on that, I mean, that might be the elephant in the room, but it's a good thing to address.
The thing that really is bothersome about the mod leak, and this person, they say they did it for their favorite YouTubers and Twitter personalities, so
like
that they could quote unquote enjoy the mod. But if you have that leaked version, you can't run windshield buildup. There's textures that are completely unfinished, and you're not gonna flush those out without having the UVs. There's a lot of work that was ongoing, and it kind of sets us back because I had to kill all those folders. That entire drive had to be killed. That disorganized so much stuff to where now I have to recatalog, okay, was this the updated one or was this the updated one? So by somebody being impatient, greedy, and not thinking about the ongoing process, it completely just stopped everything. And there's been talk where, I post on Twitter, y'all couldn't even wait 2 more weeks. We are literally at the time about 2.5 to 3 weeks from being able to be done. And being able to be done means we're still going to be doing a mid-season update to this mod. Because part of it, we were hoping NASCAR would announce some finalized stuff, but NASCAR has barely finalized the spoiler package. So, there's not good in-car shots to go off of. The interior right now, it's based off the test car because we don't have enough shots of each manufacturer to go off of. There's just so much guessing going on, and in an unfinished product, as an artist, I don't want people seeing my unfinished stuff. Like, I want you to see it at its best because that's what I'm striving for.
Because when it gets released early, it's obviously, since it's still a work in progress, it's not the best it can be, and it reflects badly on A, the people who leaked it, obviously, and B, it reflects badly on us because it makes it kind of look like we're just not doing as good of a job as we can be. But that's that's not true. The mod was unfinished, and that's what people's first impressions were of it. So that was kind of unfortunate as well.
Well, most of us are first-time mod makers, if I remember correctly. So we're really learning the hard way in most cases.
And the whole, learning it the hard way, I think is a really good thing to talk about too, because I know there's been a lot of people that have maybe, have lent a helping hand here over the process of everything, and the community as a whole. What has it been like having that support from people? I know, leak aside, there's been a lot of really good positive support from people that have kind of been doing this for a long time.
Oh, definitely the community support and everything is what keeps us going. It's 100%. Every time somebody's out there bashing us, putting words in our mouth that, one, nobody on this team would ever speak. We have been very open, very forward about we're not setting a actual release date until we put the final T across the final T on this mod. And I don't know who, but people have been making up release dates for as long as this thing's been going on. I've seen where somebody said this mod should have been out 5 months ago when I joined Twitter 7 months ago and was still showing off, hey, I'm literally still modeling things. So
I think it should have been out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you talking about, man?
Shit, I guess I'll go ahead and start working on 2024 then. I mean,
where's the 2027 mod at? God.
But no, it's just, when you're trying to work through something and it's just... I lost my train of thought.
When you're trying to work through something.
No, it was the train of thought before that. I was trying
darn.
to pick it up, but my brain was actually blank, and I was like, maybe I can intelligence my way back into this. It did not work.
I think the support has been awesome to see for all you guys, and you guys have done such a fantastic job. I think it goes to show with the viewership we've had tonight, too. A lot of folks are obviously really excited about everything, and I know there might be a couple things you want to announce. I don't know who's announcing what, but I think, Thomas, you're probably going to take, like you said, I think you do all the talking, and everyone else likes to be quiet and just... What was it, Noah? Shut up and paint is what they say?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think everyone else is in that camp of they just want to shut up and paint. So Thomas, I'll let the floor. It might be a good transition there. I think if I know what you're going to announce.
So as par for the course with us, things are being worked on until the absolute last minute. Kiani is working on a few last minute touches to our templates, and once he's done with that and sends it to me, we will be posting in the next 24 hours the official templates, and this is going to make a lot of the community happy, car viewer files for the NCS 22 over on Stunid.
Opa!
Yeah, yeah, shoot the confetti. Yeah, don't import them to Roblox. Yeah.
I think what was it? I think they got the models already from the NASCAR website or something.
Yeah,
that was stupid.
If you're gonna steal something, don't give a tutorial for other people to steal it.
Yeah, especially on the subreddit of the people who originally own the stuff. That's just like, hey, look, I stole your models. Come.
Hey, here's how I stole
me.
your shit.
Come, like, I don't know, prosecute me for it.
It took a lot longer than I expected for them to figure that out.
Yeah,
we
we've known
apologize for
about that
Thomas's
for
language.
how long?
Oh,
there was already a couple designers posted models, those models that I saw. I'm surprised people didn't catch on and go,
Something ain't right here.
What do you mean by that?
I want to interject a quick question I just caught in the chat here. Somebody asked, what kind of cars are we expecting to see coming with the mod? Like a blank slate, or maybe some 2022 schemes, maybe some fictionals?
Well, you're gonna see my Intel car that got a couple laps led tonight. That's gonna be in the mod.
If you're watching the stream,
I'm
fucking
also
wreck
doing
it.
the ratings. So Kiani's like consistency rating is gonna be about -900. So he'll just swerve across the track like he's drunk or something. So you can keep an eye on that.
The plan is for us to at least have a full 40 car field and get as many real world schemes as have been revealed as possible into it. Now, some of those we're kind of like having to put the test paint scheme for the driver in to keep working on the set. Then we got some fictionals coming from the crew members. I'm working on, you saw a few of them in the field tonight. It might not be in this set or in the release car set, but I'm taking my original BGN 03 car set that I made a few years back when Splash and Go released the GNS 03, and I'm going to convert all those to NextGen.
Which number placement are you going to use?
I'm going to use forward number placement.
All right, yeah, you should not be in charge of this project. I'm serving you.
Oh yeah, and Ron Fellows will be in the car set hopefully, so you can
wreck him.
No, watch him win every road course race.
Including the car set is the Menards car they should be running.
True.
Any of the cars that were posted on my Instagram when I was using the next gen models, those will be in it. We've also got a memorial car being made by a friend of his for Aaron Hall. That'll also be in the car set.
You guys might know him as Intimidator 38. He was around for a long time, and he made a lot of very good AC Delco cars.
Well, I think that should be a pretty good answer for that person.
Yeah. We should probably say what templates are in there.
I was going to say, and too, they were had a couple questions about how the templates relate to maybe some other mods that have already been released.
Well, there is there
is
a generic model, so there's going to be.
So these templates, they're along the same idea of other mods, but because of the shape, the roundness of these cars, there's no way that everything could be as connected as other mods. the greenhouse had to be completely separated from the fenders. So I know that's an area some people aren't going to be super happy about, but it's
Cry
not
about it, yeah.
it's not hard to line up, at least for me and those of us that are decent painters.
It's just an extra step, is all.
And
You
there
just gotta be a
is-
little patient. You gotta work
It's
it
like
in.
2 minutes.
And there is a dash decal, so you can put stupid shit in there if you want to.
There's also
It'll
and
be
if
in
you're
the
a
cockpit.
if you're a
There are ti-
psychomaniac, you can do tire wars.
Yeah, there are tires on the thing.
Yeah, tires, rims.
What else was there? The window nets. You can do colored window nets.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I'm
cool.
super proud of that one.
That
Yep.
one is awesome.
Very nice.
We're using the Splash and Go driver from the Manx and Cup 0305 mods.
Everyone is
So
punching the air.
Those are gonna those are gonna transfer over perfectly. Don't have to like
Yep.
realign anything. Just copy and paste onto the next gen mod. So they, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, Cosman, he's been super helpful from like day one when I first reached out to him. And you know, he literally gave me Min Cup 19 and said, if you need anything out of this, you can use it. I'm proud of us in the sense that we've only used his driver model, seat, steering wheel, and currently using his external gauges because mine are not compiling properly. So
I don't understand what's so
From-
difficult about like getting these to work. I can't, like the gauges. They just, it's impossible to get them to compile properly, I guess.
But like, you know, for having literally an entire mod handed to you, like, hey, you can piecemeal this, for us to be using what, like 2% of that mod, I call this a huge win for, you know, where this mod stands, because it is literally unique.
Well,
Like all the textures, those are made by the guys on the team. These models, they were made by me. We're not repurposing other people's work. We're not downloading a model and reducing the poly count. We are literally making scratch build pieces for NR2003.
Wow.
Also, in case you're a Red Bull racing fanatic, I don't know why you want to cheer for Brian Vickers, but
Vickerism.
you can you can color the rear wheel. You can color the front and rear wheel different colors. So you can either make a based Casey Kane car that's Red Bull or Brian Vickers, in case you're a masochist. But that's also very cool. And a lot of mods you can't really color the wheels separately, but you can on this one.
My child will make the Casey Kane car.
it's just Jesus with the Brian Vickers. Yeah.
Can we include a Jesus car?
When I convert my Morgan Shepherd from Busch Grand National
Oh, yeah.
03.
We had to make a Bible car. So you have
the Passion of the Christ car from 04.
You have to have
Oh my
David,
God, I
Goliath,
forgot that
Jesus,
existed.
God. Oh, and Rob Butrin on the hood was on the hood of that car too. Nothing more American than Jesus, car batteries, and antidepressants.
Joe, I'm really
Amen.
sorry. We're
No, you're
hijacking
good.
your
It's
podcast.
good. I love it. It's good. One more question about the mod.
Oh no, not the infield.
I've gotten the question a lot about optimization, and you know, there's a lot of folks, a lot of leagues out there too that couldn't make the transfer over to the Splash and Go 2019, 2017 mods, a lot due to PC issues. What is this mod looking like? Is it more along the lines of Manx 19? Did you kind of do some different things to maybe combat those issues? What would be the outlook there?
For me and all the people I've known, Min Cup 19 has been optimized well enough where you can adjust enough settings. So that was our goal, or my goal. And if you look at the Min Cup 19 Camaro, my Camaro is within like 20 tries of the Min Cup model. And all of my models are very on par with Min Cup 19. Now, the generic, we saved a lot of poly because that generic actually is very smooth and doesn't take up a whole lot. of polygon space. So if you feel filled with nothing but generics, like that's going to be super friendly on your computer. Not gonna lie. But like the total optimization, it performs very similar to how Min Cup 19 is on systems.
Okay.
I think it's actually a little better. I haven't usually about 5 frames per second better on the NextGen mod than I am on Mix, so it's very well optimized.
That is information that I know a lot of folks are really happy to hear, and we also have Randall Coleman, who kind of helped with a lot of the online stuff and is definitely a glory hound, so I'd like to welcome him in. And I can say that because I'm allowed to, because I've known Randall long enough.
Unfortunately, no.
But Randall, talk about it from a league, league owner, league admin perspective. I know a big thing for you has been, these guys have allowed you to kind of be like the first home, first test with a lot of the online stuff, and obviously tonight running your preseason race with the mod for the first time with this big of a group of people. What does that mean, and also what's the outlook here for 2022 with Fast?
I think that with the field that we had tonight, which was just, in my opinion, outstanding. I mean, I didn't really expect that. As much trouble as we had early,
I was going to say, we didn't have enough TeamSpeak slots.
I know, we didn't have enough TeamSpeak space. So we were lucky enough, which I'll give a shout out to Seth Cole. He messaged me and said we could use his TeamSpeak so that way we get everybody fit on here. With just this as a test, I mean, 30 cars is amazing. And with it for league use, especially at Fast, I know Fast is going to be pretty big this year. We had a guy come aboard and James Moore and put up a bunch of almost like $700 to sponsor the whole entire series that's going to be paid out to the top 30 drivers. So that's obviously going to draw people in as well. But with other leagues as well, like Tyler has a league that he's planning on using this mod and stuff. Like, I believe it's going to work out great. They were talking about the frame rate and stuff like that, and I think everybody, for the most part, who's here tonight, I think everybody runs a little bit different computers and stuff, and I don't think anyone really had any issues. And that's a big plus, especially for these leagues that's out there that want to keep the driver numbers up and keep the stability of, usage of certain tracks and this mod. It's a great combination, So I think for our league, it's going to be great. And I think overall for the rest of the leagues, it's going to be just as good.
And of course, folks, you're going to be able to catch the season opener for the Fast Renegade Cup Series here on JTN. Same day as the Daytona 500 at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll probably go live with that one right before qualifying. So you're going to catch that right here on JTN. You're going to want to make sure you're subscribed to keep up to date with Fast and Randall. We're going to go down the list here because I think I don't want to keep you guys for too long because I know you got busy lives here on a Sunday night, but go down the list.
I do.
Maybe you do. I don't know, Sean. You're not too busy, I guess. You used to drive for me, so you don't really do anything anymore. How are the Steelers doing right now, Sean?
Just get you a list.
Okay. I'm gonna go down the list of folks here. So Randall, back to you. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go? I know you obviously Seth Cole and the folks at Flat Out Racing Network for helping provide the server, the TeamSpeak server here tonight. Can't thank them enough for that, and also for helping us here on JTN. But you get the rest of them.
All right. Well, first off, I want to thank you guys for coming out here, getting on here and getting everything situated so we can actually get this show on the road. Without you guys being able to be here to broadcast it, we wouldn't have got to showcase it. So, that was huge. Also, got to give a shout out to my boy Thomas. Me and him talk on a regular basis every day about this thing and whatnot, and he's a teammate of mine, so to be able to have it as the official mod of Fast is a big deal, and so I appreciate that with him. Gotta give a shout out to everybody who's watching tonight. You had 80 some people on here.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. That's all you guys.
That's amazing.
There's still over 50. There's still over 50.
Yeah, and there's still literally 52 people still watching. So I mean, that's big. You know.
I'm not the only one that heard that, right?
He's used to it.
And because of that, I would like to apologize to the 50 people watching.
Out of my family at home.
And I know she probably thinks I wasn't going to, but I'm going to give a shout out to my girl V. She knows what's up.
Did you see the Menards car?
Yeah, did you see the Menards car? Yeah, Sean wanted to know if you seen the bright ass yellow Menards
Going
car.
fast until it.
How'd you
fell
like
off
the
road.
shade of orange on your Hooters car?
Yeah, I got to run around the Hooters car tonight, so that was she probably laughing at me right now, if she's still watching. But
Well, she tuned out like 20 laps then.
yeah, she came on. Actually, she got on there late, so she's probably yelling at me now because I called her out on that too. So I'm sorry, but I think that's all I got.
Okay.
Before he digs that hole any deeper.
I know I'm about to get messaged, so I'm scared.
All right. Thank you, Randall. Keep going down my list. Mikey Murata, obviously second place finisher. You thanked everyone, but also with our interview for your finish. But M2 Designs on Twitter. What else?
I'm being real. That's all I got. But I appreciate everyone that tuned in to support JTN because I think they deserve a little more exposure than what they're getting. And, they got the Fake Racers podcast that Joe is a part of and sometimes Tommy. Just go give them go check them out.
Me.
Thank you, Mikey. Congratulations again on the good run tonight.
Thank you.
Now to everyone's favorite Roush Fenway Racing fan.
Yes!
Local
Chris Buescher supremacy.
Meme poster. I guess Roush Fenway Kozlowski. I almost forgot. I forgot my own favorite guy.
You're
But
literally the Chase Elliott of Melling Park.
Okay, Tyler.
Mr. Nathan Chiani.
Hello.
He's pushing to rename it Roush Fenway Kenseth, just so you know.
Yeah, and bring back the old 17 font. But it was a good race tonight. Thomas, am I okay to announce that set we were talking about?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Me and DMP Designs on Twitter, a few of you might follow him, and Michael Murata and Tyler here. We're going to be working on a 2009 Spring Cup Series set with door numbers, as they should be, on the next gen.
Thank you.
And you can rewrite history. You can be Reed Sorensen and actually win the Daytona 500. You can be Dale Jr. and choose not to destroy Brian Vickers in front of the field. You can
win Las Vegas as Bobby Labonte.
Yeah.
You can save enough gas at Michigan as Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah. And it's gonna be exciting.
Possible. Sorry.
You can try to win a title as Mark Martin. You can try to win as Mark Martin.
You too can flip at Dover like Joey Logano.
Yeah.
And was it the video game pass at Kansas also in 2009?
It was 08.
Dang it.
Yeah, same thing.
But a lot of stuff you can do. It's not going to be out on release because there's like a good 60, 70 cars we need to paint. But it's going to be exciting. And
release cars come first.
Yes. But you should expect to see it soon. And yeah, that's all I have to say.
Nathan Chiani. You can follow him. We got all these guys linked in the video description below too. So they already follow you. They're only here because of you, not because of us. Mr. Noah Sweet. Noah, I know you got a lot of folks.
Shut up and paint.
Okay. You're literally Canadian.
You have milk bags.
Oh God.
And I mean that.
Listen, not on stream. Not on stream.
But Noah, floor is yours. Anyone you want to shout out?
My cat Brick. That's about. I mean, it's about all I got as far as announcements goes.
Cat power.
I don't really have many plans as far as what I've already done so far with the mods. I'm so dang busy, but I have a lot of personal announcements being announced by other people within this month. So there's a lot of cool things that I've worked on personally that I've been biting my tongue on for like 5 months. So I'm excited for those to come out. But as far as this mod goes, it's been a very humbling experience. Like I've never been a part of a mod team before. And like I've said before, I've seen this mod start from almost literally nothing to what it's at now. And there's been a couple ups and downs, but all the members on the team I love to death. They're all great. I sim race with some of them. I talk with some of them. I insult some of them. So it's just a lot of fun. It's a great escape to be a part of this team and be involved.
Noah, congratulations on all the success too, and go blue, because
Yes, go blue.
we finally beat them. We finally beat
Yeah,
them.
finally. And at what
The
cost?
ball isn't free for once.
At what
Keani?
cost?
Ooh, 10 more years of Harbaugh. Woo!
You don't like that?
Oh, I don't know yet.
I think it's good.
Ask me in 10 years.
Well, I'm
so
good.
glad I don't care about college football.
I got to run on the field, right? But again, from everyone's favorite to everyone's least favorite, driver the number 91, Sean Whitehill Chevrolet. Sean Whitehill. Sean, well, you got to shout out that Twitter handle. I know you got other people.
Yeah, basically look up Spider Tray. It's probably me. If not, then it's an imposter. But yeah, on Twitter at Spider Tray, Instagram I don't even post on at Spider Tray. Yeah, don't come at me with fictionals. I'm not good at those. But if you need like a replica, I can probably do it. Maybe. As long as it's not too crazy.
But probably not.
But probably
not.
Sean likes to color inside the lines.
Yeah.
Sean, congratulations on all the success and all the other great stuff you've been doing with this mod, and you are our favorite, by the way. You are our favorite.
I know.
Tough love. You guys, if you didn't realize, you gotta give Sean tough love because he's a real tough dude.
I'm watching the Steelers. I'm that tough.
Yeah, pretty tough.
It takes some mental
They just scored a
fortitude, for
touchdown,
sure.
by the way. They just scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
The comeback is on.
From Sean Whitehill to the Melon Car. Tyler, you're the owner, right? Is that the right word?
Yes, I am.
Melon Car owner. Is it at Melon Car? What is it on Twitter?
At NR2003 Melon Car.
There it is. And you guys are broadcast. You got broadcasts going on. I've seen.
Maybe or not.
Can Connor? Tyler, do you know if Connor can broadcast?
I have not spoken to him about
Okay.
that yet. I'm not entirely sure though. Hopefully, he does a really good job. But anyway, yeah, we've got a shout out to Melon Car. Shout out to.
Don't bother racing there. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm gonna suspend you again.
Oh god.
Join is fun.
Don't worry, you can
Shout
race
out to Keani for wrecking 5 people under caution. Shout out to Noah Sweet for his awesome job on the templates. Let's see what else. I don't know. My mom, she's cool, I guess.
That's the
I really
spirit.
don't know what to do here.
Tyler? Yeah. You got it.
Shout out to King of the Hill Screens on Twitter.
Shout out to Canada for having bagged milk.
Shout out to New Jersey for people who don't know how to fucking fuel their own cars
All right.
properly.
We don't have to
All right.
because we
Wait,
get to
wait,
stay
wait,
in the
wait,
car.
wait,
I apologize for
Keani, do you
Is
prefer
that 3
Dawn or do you
diecasts
prefer
that need to
Irish
buy?
Spring?
Is that 3 diecasts?
Wait a
That's
minute,
about
we forgot
five at
someone
this point.
important that we didn't give a shout out to.
Oh yeah, Sean Fain, Greg Irwin.
No, well,
Cool.
yeah,
Well,
those
yeah.
two guys, but no, I was referring to someone else that I'm surprised that Joe hasn't said anything, but we gotta give a shout out to Bristol. He does all the camera work.
Yeah.
Bristol's long since gone to bed tonight.
Oh, there's the pace card there. Jesus.
What the
Yeah,
dog
what are
doing?
you-
What?
What's going on there? Oh, wow.
Well, he's
Oh,
dumb.
what the dog doing?
Anyways, and last and of course, certainly not least, Thomas Philbrick. Thomas, you got anything else you want to let us know? Anything else?
I mean, first off, I'd like to honestly just thank the community, my team, literally everybody from the team here, not here, which I suck because I don't have Discord open, so I literally don't have a cheat sheet. James Hodge, Sean Fay, Greg Irwin, Andrew Kelman,
Merzlak. Squires.
Ken, Steven,
Mystical.
Oh yeah.
Mystical Cosman,
Shazane Rano.
Doug.
I think that's about it.
Burnout.
Yeah, so it's it's a family. Like this team is literally family. We've all in the past, some of us have even had drag out disagreements, but we put it behind us. I assembled the guys that was confident would be the best people for working with this mod, Tyler included.
Wow. Thank you.
I love you. But no, really just thank everybody on the team, community, my Satan dog on the bed for actually letting me drive the car tonight. She likes to try and climb into my rig. It is not functional when she does, but she's been a good girl tonight, so.
Oh yeah, last people that need to be shout out are all the Kiani Twitter stands that need to stop existing, please.
Wow.
With all of those shout outs out of the way, and all those I don't know, thanks to folks out there, guys.
Brain cells dead.
You know. I didn't want to say it, but you said it, so
Shout outs.
there it is. But guys, thanks for taking the time after this one. I know it's been a long night. A lot of really good information here. I know a lot of folks are going to be really happy, and I know we here at JTN are so appreciative of you guys giving us this opportunity. Thank you so much, and of course, as always, thank you for talking with us after this race.
Yeah,
Jesus, someone left
thank
early.
you.
Thank you. Love you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So it was our pleasure, and thank you for broadcasting. You guys are easily better than ESPN when they did NASCAR.
Well, there's a reason JTN is the official broadcast partner of FCRD design, or FCRD. Almost did the ATM machines thing.
Yeah.
Listen, man, as long as you don't
Automated
call these
teller machine.
As long as you don't call these races the fifth chase in the race for the Sprint Cup, you're fine.
I think we might have been right there with Mav TV last night.
Oh, Jesus. Don't be too hard on yourself.
Before we open that can of worms, guys.
Come on, Joe. Come on. You got to give us a little more credit than that.
Yeah, the yellow car spun. No number, no sponsor, just the yellow car.
Yeah, and we even set them up for failure. Like, nobody's car actually had their name on it. They just kind of had to wing that shit tonight.
You know, I was driving as Ron Fellows tonight. Like, if you looked at the banner, you couldn't even tell it was me. So
We just went with numbers. Thank you. You guys, again, thank you so much for talking with us after this one. And we are so ready for this thing to get officially released.
We're ready to be done working on it. So it's believe me, I want this thing to be finished. We just really want it to be right before we give it to everybody.
Well, I don't have any doubts that it's going to be right, Thomas. And all you guys, again, thank you so much. And we can't wait. Hopefully we see you guys next time here.
We will be in touch.
Thomas Philbrick, Nathan Kiani, Noah Sleep, Mikey Murata, Tyler Malin, Randall Coleman, and Sean Whitehill, all the fine folks helping with working on this mod. Again, guys, thank you so much. Yeah, Weaver, I know Tommy had to catch a plane, and it was a fantastic night of racing, and I don't know if there's really anything else we got to say about it.
I don't know. I think the folks got them a great show tonight on the racetrack, and they got a nice sit down with the whole mod crew there at Full Circle Designs. I think they got a lot of good stuff coming out here in the very near future. I think people got a lot to look forward to.
And that's why you want to make sure you're following FCR Designs on Twitter, because that's where you're going to get all the official information first with their Twitter account. And make sure you stay up to date there. If you want to stay up to date with us here on JTN, you want to make sure you've liked this video and you hit the subscribe button. You can click the bell icon to be notified anytime we go live too, as well. You can also follow us on Twitter at JoeTowNetwork, Facebook at JoeTowNetwork, TikTok at JoeTowNetwork, where we post some highlights and stuff. So maybe you'll see some stuff creeping up there from tonight's broadcast. There are definitely a lot of highlights. Weaver, you a big TikTok guy, it sounds like.
I am very addicted to the old TikTok machine. I think we need to see you and old Bristol do some of them TikTok dances they got going around.
I don't think you want to see that. And with all that being said, For Bristol, our producer, for Tommy Bordeaux, for Joseph Weaver, I've been Joe Twansky. Cannot once again thank you guys enough for tuning in tonight. You guys did an awesome job. Showed so much support for these guys. And we hope to see you guys again next time right here live on JTN. Guys, thank you so much. And so long for now. Yeah, and they're going to be 3 wide coming to the checkered. Never mind, they're going to be... Oh, and Maverick! Oh, turn wide!
Who did that?
Turn 4 into the tri-oval. Whitehill is through the grass. It's going to be Noah Joyce winning his first career race in the Red Bull Cup Series.
All right, and they're wrecking behind them. We got cars flying everywhere. Cars upside down, but it doesn't matter. Noah Joyce has done it. He's won at Daytona in the 3 car.
Comes Musa. Musa's gonna.
Oh, he's going to use that apron.
He's gonna use the apron.
They're going to be side by side. Coming off the corner. Boy, back to the inside. It's going to be a drag race to the line. So Musa gets it.